And welcome to another episode of Wolverine Chat. This is going to be episode number 10, and today we're going to be talking about the recruiting class, some of our transfers, our 23 commits. It got a little better at the end. Yesterday was, or the 21st, excuse me, was signing day. We're going to have one more signing day here in February, but kind of excited about it. And I'm going to be doing this episode without my partner Nate Nate is out, and he's going to be here helping me with the technical part of the show. So let's get ready and talk a little bit about our ranking. So I'm going to probably won't go over each and every player, but I'm going to hit some of our major players and let you know a little about them. Our first, probably our top five guys. Let me put it this way: our overall rank, according to 24/7 Sports, is 16th overall. Now these rankings change. There's probably 10 different people that do it in different companies and different chats, and the rankings are probably from 15 to 20. Our transfer rank, however, according to 24/7 Sports, is number one. That was very impressive. Jimmy did some really impacted players more than any other time, so that's kind of exciting. As far as people that are committed and signed to Michigan, we have 9 4-stars in this 23 class, and we have 13 of the 3-star. Also, Jaden Davis is people are asking about that, but remember he's a 2024 class, so he should be committing hopefully pretty soon. But the longer it takes, the more worrisome I get. I still think we have, I think there's 4 crystal balls that he has, and it's looking real good. But again, the longer it takes, the more worried I get. We really need somebody like that. He would come in perfect if JJ played in 2024. He could leave next year, and then hopefully Jaden can come in 2024 and take over, depending what we get on our backup quarterbacks. One of the first guys we signed, 4-star Enoa Etta. He's a defensive line guy, very big, very strong. He's 14 in his position class overall, and he's 116th nationwide. 6'4", 260 pounds, and he's from Covenant Christian Academy in Texas, Colleyville, Texas. He signed. He was the first guy, I believe, if I'm looking at this right, if I could get my computer to work. He committed on July 13th to Michigan, signed yesterday. There was a number of schools that were looking for him, but basically he was Michigan all the way, and he wasn't going anywhere. The next guy, a lot of you guys have heard about him, Cole Cabana. He is a strong, hard-hitting, but some quickness from Michigan, from Dexter, Michigan. Been a Michigan guy most of his life, another 4-star. He's 6 foot, 180 pounds, 9th in his position class, and in the state he's 2nd. He's, like I said, 6 foot, 180 pounds, and his number 9 in his position class. Let me see what I can tell you about him. I believe he signed. He looked at Miami on November 8th. Actually, my birthday, he was down there. They offered him, so he didn't go down there. I take that back. They offered him an offer on November 8th, but he signed yesterday's letter of intent, of course, and he committed to Michigan February 5th. And of 2022. So he'll probably give CJ some runs for that 3rd string, and it's going to make a difference whether Blake Corum comes back or not. If he does, it could change things a little bit, but if Blake comes back and we have Blake and we have CJ and we have Donovan, of course, and then we have Cole, it could be a running back room. And that sometimes can be a problem because if you get too many of these people, some good players don't always get their snaps, and that's when you have people that end up transferring. I'm not saying any of these guys are going to transfer or not, but that could be a problem. Guy I really like, Carmelo English. He's a 4-star, a wide receiver, 5'11", 175. He's a possession receiver. He's great at the quick yards after catch. He's just down the field. I'm excited about seeing him. He's a 25th position His position is 25th in the state, or 25th in the position overall. Nationwide, he's 180th overall, and in Michigan here, he's 15th. The guy we just signed yesterday, Jahir Hill, he had a live stream, and the night before was kind of interesting. He he posted something. I'm not sure if it was where it was, if it was on Facebook or wherever or I think he tweeted it, but he said, "Come watch me live," and he put all the 4 teams he was thinking of. There was Purdue, Illinois, Missouri. I'm not sure if there was, but there was no Michigan there, and everybody was freaking out. What happened? Is he not picking Michigan? He was just having some fun at some of these Wolverine fans' expense. He, of course, did a little hat trick. He pretended he didn't know, and then he put that Michigan on. He's a cornerback that he is going to see a lot of playing time right away. Get him back with Will Johnson. I mean, Jahir can be a shutdown corner. He's fast. He can play nickel. He's 6'1", 170 pounds. Very fast, 24th in his position, second in the state, and 195th overall. That was a big one because we didn't know for sure until yesterday that he was gonna sign. He had a lot of offers from different teams. I apologize, his computer is just not working quick. He got offers from Florida, from the Gators, from TCU, from UCLA, a lot of different teams, but we didn't know. Illinois, he was all set with Michigan up until last year. Around January, February, his mom got a little upset with Jim Harbaugh because of the Minnesota Viking thing and all that, and he started trending towards Illinois. It looked like we might lose him. Jim followed up, did a great job, went to his house, talked to his mom, was able to switch him back, and that's why nobody knew till the very end where he was going. So it was really good that we got Jahir, tough name to say 10 times, but I'm glad he's going to be in a Wolverine. I think he's going to be see a lot of playing time real quick. Evan Link is from Washington, D.C. He is the offensive tackle, 6'6", 290-pound, 4-star, 269th in the position. If you break down by state, we did a lot of local people. From Illinois, we had 4 people. Michigan, there was 4 recruits. Ohio, 4 recruits. Georgia, 2 recruits. And we did have some from California. We had 1 from California, 1 from Washington, 1 from Texas. Nobody from Florida this year, I don't believe. No recruits. But if you notice, Jim lately has been taking more local people, not necessarily the big names, although there's a lot of talent in that group, but he's getting the players that fit right. They know they can make some NIL money. That's always a big thing. Play to pay. We don't do that. But if you come to Michigan, and you do your job, there is money to be made. In the position groups, we 4 special teams, which if there's any surprises that he's going after special teams more. He used to never go after special teams hardly at all. 4 defensive line, receivers 4, and that was the biggest group. Let's see, anybody else that I want to mention? I like the Frederick Moore guy. He's another receiver. He's from Maryland or Missouri, 6 foot, 175 pounds. He can jump. He might not be as tall as we like, but he, on those 50-50 balls, he might be able to fight for those because the guy can just leap like you. And he's a track star, too. I think he's a 10-4 in the 100-yard. So he's got definitely some speed. Kedrick Bell. Does that name sound familiar? It probably should. It's Ronnie Bell's brother. He's listed just as an athlete, which means he's not one position or the other. He played quarterback in high school, and the guy, he could fire that ball. He had an arm, and he could throw some dimes. He can run. I think he could play backup quarterback, but I think they're going to probably put him back as a defensive back. Good athlete, 3-star, and Missouri, he's a Michigan guy all the way, so that's kind of exciting. Who else Breon Ishmael. He's from Ohio. And so is DeJohn Waller Jr. Both those guys signed. Well, actually, they committed after the Michigan-Ohio State game. It was kind of funny. They were invited as Ohio State guests to the Michigan-Ohio State game. And after the game, you could see him celebrating with the Ohio State little Yoners with the Ohio State badge. So that was exciting to see them celebrating on the Michigan side, even though they were Ohio guests. Breon is 6'4", 220-pound linebacker. He's a stud. He's just going to be a stud. Played middle linebacker, outside linebacker. He's got enough speed to play middle linebacker. He's an up and down type of guy. If he had a weakness, it's some of his coverage. He does well, but he's been burnt a few times. And that's basically most of the guys on who we got this year as far as recruits. Now, if we go to transfers, we have 7 transfers, a lot of them in the last week. The guy I think that really hits most to me is A.J. Barner. He's the kid from Indiana. He tight end, great arms. I think he had maybe 12 receptions. I'm not 4 touchdowns possibly. I'm not sure if that's 3 or 4 touchdowns. But the guy's got some great hands. He's a great blocker. And with, of course, all going to Iowa and Schoonmaker probably signing for the pros, he's probably going to be needed. Loveland will probably be the starter, and AJ will probably be right there as be A1 and AB, I'm guessing. They did get another quarterback, Chuck Tuttle from Indiana also. He's got some skills. He's got an arm. I'm not saying he's a great runner, but he's got some elusiveness. He'll probably be fighting for second or third position. But it's always good to have a quarterback because you never know what's going to happen and people get hurt. I like the kid from Drake Nugent from Stanford. He is an interior lineman on the offensive side. He was recruited as a 3-star. He got a lot of playing time. I'm not really sure what happened in Stanford, why he left, but he did. And I think he just saw what Michigan's doing and how we're getting a lot of interior guys, linemen, because they see what Michigan does with these guys, and that's exciting. I'm excited about Miles Hilton, the offensive tackle, another 4-star that was recruited. He is also from Stanford. Let me see if I can find something about him I wanted to mention, but it's not working, so I can't tell you about that. The last guy I want to talk about is Ladarius Henderson. Got him a couple weeks ago. He came in, and the dude is a beast. He's 6'4", 270, another interior offensive lineman. That offensive line is going to be up for every award they've gotten. They're going to just get better and better and better. And defensively, it's the same thing in the trenches. Michigan is just, they're doing what they had to do, what they didn't do in the years past. They'd have a good, number 1 guys, but their 2 guys were okay. Their 3 guys, in some cases, were non-existent. They were getting hurt. They had to move around. We're just reloading right now, and they're doing what they need to do, what Alabama has done, what Ohio State has done, what Clemson has done. They're getting those guys that when one goes, because let's face it, in today's world, in the NIL world, the transfer portal, people come, go. It's hard to build a team. So you have to be prepared to fill those spots. And Michigan is doing that. It's almost, in some cases, not a good thing if you have too many good players, because in the past, these freshmen would wait sometimes 2 years. And now if you don't play your freshman year, at least some, and you're not starting your second year, forget it. You're going to find another team. And I understand these guys have an NFL career they want to find, but at the same time, I believe the NIL is making a big difference in bringing people back, keeping people to stay, because like if you're a senior or a grad senior and you're going to be recruited maybe 4th or 5th round, maybe you could stay, make more money playing college football and get your skills back and do that. So we'll see. A little update on Blake Corum too. He said he's 50-50 in whether he's coming or going. It depends on the injury. Maybe it would be wise for him to come back, get healthy and come back. I think, if he wasn't injured, I think for sure he'd be going to the NFL. But maybe come back next year, and maybe he wants to be part of that team that maybe get a Heisman and be part of it all. So we'll see. Anyway, that's a quick review on Michigan's recruiting class. wasn't the worst, wasn't the best. We still got a few guys to come. Remember our real signing days in February, but the early signing day was December 21st. So where we stand, we started a few weeks ago or a few months ago. People were really panicked. We were 30th, 35th, 40, in some cases 50th on the list. Ended up anywhere between 15 and 20. In the Big Ten, we're third. Ohio State was first. Penn State second. Michigan third. And Michigan State held off right around 25th or fourth in the Big Ten. Mel didn't do too bad of a job. He got some of the guys. He lost a few guys, but he picked up a few guys. And overall, the thing about Michigan State, and I want to say kudos, is they only had 15, I believe, total recruits. Don't quote me on that. But they had a lot less than Michigan. But they were real close to Michigan. And what that tells you, if you have less recruits, but they're better recruits, they rank higher in the NIL estimate, that's what tells you your rating. So for them to be just a few below us, in some cases 1 or 2 below us, and to have maybe 8 to 10 less recruits, that tells you something that State did a good job of getting some guys. So I'm going to wrap it up for this edition of Wolverine Chat. My name is Tim Raymond. We appreciate subscribe to our channel. We will be expanding our channel to different chats. We're opening a Lion chat here soon. We'll be talking mostly all Lions. We'll probably continue to do a little bit of Lion football on this, but it's going to be mostly Michigan and Michigan basketball as the season starts getting into the Big Ten. We did have a winner for that January 4th game with Penn State. I don't have his name right here, but it was one of them. It's in one of the comment sections, so I will get a hold of this person and make sure he gets his tickets for that game against Penn State, and we'll see how the basketball team does. But thanks again. Please subscribe. It means a lot to us. And have a wonderful Christmas season. God bless all of you. As we're recording this, we are having a major storm. I had to work today, and somehow I made it up to our place where we record so I could record this. And hopefully I will drive back safely. Looking forward to watching the Lions tomorrow. Go Blue, and God bless.